Welcome back, Game with King family, to another F1 Manager 2022 video, and we continue for round 9. We're on Canada with Team McLaren. Currently, we're leading Mercedes by a few points there, so hopefully we could continue with our streak. As you can see, our car is still weak on top speed, and Danny Ricciardo is in need of... What is that he's in need of? Why it's not going down? I don't even know. Anyways, leave that alone. All right, so our next race is gonna be Canada coming up next. Our design is gonna be finished right on free practice on qualifying, so we're not gonna be able to get that design until the next race is where we're gonna be seeing another improvement to our car for our next race, which is going to be the British Grand Prix. So that's going to be a big improvement for the British Grand Prix. But yeah, let's continue and see what we could do for the Canadian Grand Prix. All right, let's go. I think we have some points on Lando Norris, so we're going to give it that up to cornering again. As I said previously, I like to upgrade cornering. It gives them a better chance of doing faster laps. As for our upgrades, facilities, that's where we currently are. I want to get the team. All right, the team hub is currently upgrading, so that's the next part. We want to go up to max. Factory will be done pretty soon as well. All right, so let's move on to the next day. I think the car is good. We don't need to make any parts. Let me check just to be certain. 4 of 4, 6 of 6, 4 of 4. All right, so we need to make a suspension here. 5 days to that. Yeah, we can make that normal. 5 days. Doubt we're gonna be damaging that suspension. 4 of 4 and 4 of 4. All right, so now we're all set to move on to the next day. All right, so we got our factory now upgraded to level 4. I think we're gonna keep that right there for now at level 4, and we'll continue to the race day. All right, so here we are for our free practice session for our race targets. So we did see one of our drivers getting into the top 10, so we're gonna say one driver into the top 10 this time around and not two, and then we're gonna say both drivers into Q3. All right, into Q2. All right, and reach Q3 with both drivers. There we go. So that's all good and all set. Finishing positions, one driver in the top 10. Yeah, let's keep that on. One driver in the top 10, and we'll go from there. All right. 70 laps at Canada. Let's go.
Formula One is back in Montreal. Let's hope it's not going to be Groundhog Day. The local rodents have disrupted more than one race day here in the past. The Canadian Grand Prix is ready to kick off, and the only drama on the tracks we want to see is the best drivers in the world battling it out for a place on that podium. Gilles Villeneuve is a quick, free-flowing circuit in parts, with a stop-start aspect thrown in for good measure around the chicanes and hairpin bends. Medium-speed downforce will play a large part in avoiding the wall of champions and ensuring success at this iconic track. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. The weekend begins here.
All right, so this one is going to be a wet race. Very interesting here. It's going to be wet. So heavy rain expected in qualifying, in practice on Friday, light rain on Sunday. So it's mostly going to be an intermediate race. So let's switch in our rookie driver so we don't forget to put him in. And let's switch out our parts to the used parts. All right, so that's 23. So we can't use that right there. We can use the ERS though, 44. And let's see the gearbox. At 21, we can't use that right there, so we'll stick with these. We only changed down the ERS. We're gonna have to use our new engine until we get some feedback on where he wants the car. We'll start off right there and go 20 laps. And purple. For Lando, we're gonna do the same thing. Parts, look at those engine. Alright, 37, so that engine can be used. ERS, go back to that old ERS. Gearbox, that gearbox can be used. S4 setup. And we'll start off with that. And we'll go 20 and purple. And let's get qualifying. Free practice, I should try.
Radio check.
Send.
Yeah, confirm.
So I normally just skip through the free practice scenes because I normally just have it on speed 16 for the majority of it, so there's not much to see there. If we did make a video on how to get the most out of your free practice, so if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that video out.
On the radar.
And yeah, let's continue. Light rain coming in, so the rain is gonna start. So we're gonna push through the rain, and we'll be back. Alright guys, so there we go for our FP3 session. As always, we're at the bottom, but there we go. Acclimatization 89 for Daniel Ricciardo, 100 for Lando Norris, 96 for Ricciardo on setup, 95 for Lando. 14 out of 15 for Ricciardo. I don't know why, probably because that acclimatization didn't reach up to 90, but 15 out of 15 for Lando Norris. So let's jump now into our qualifying session and see what we can do. Alright, so always remember to change out these old parts whenever you're going to your qualifying session. Always remember, switch out your old parts or else you're going to get caught out. Yeah, we could save that engine to use free practice and go for a brand new gearbox, I should say. Save that gearbox for free practice. Go for a brand new gearbox for Daniel there. And do the same. Engine. So for this engine, ERS. Let's switch the ERS. We'll keep that. Oh, we've been using this one already. And for gearbox, let's switch for the third. And then we'll take all that little off the top. And let's jump on into our first qualifying session.
Daniel, radio check.
Alright, so no rain expected. Oh, look at that. We have a nice,
Radio is good.
nice entrance. So we had to take that right there. That was a nice exit. There we go. We should be starting with a little bit of track. There we go for a flying lap. Nice clean lap. No hold up. And there we go. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. Really improve. Alright, so no improvement for Ricciardo on his final run there. Not a lot of improvement going on anyway, so he's going to be making it through to the finals. Not to the finals, to the next round, I should say. Alright guys, so here we go for our final run in Q3. We're going to send our drivers out now.
Okay.
And see what we can do. Rain has passed. The track is going to take a little time to dry out though. Let's see what tires the rest of the pack is on. Alright, so everybody's on Intas. Oh man, we should have gone for softs. Should have gone for softs. But everybody's on Intas, so everybody's going to be slow here. Crazy. Track isn't going to be fully dry though. It's going to have a little damp rain there, so the tires should hold up good. And there we go, P6, P7. Alright, so P6, P7 is where we're going to be starting our Canadian Grand Prix. Great start there. Outrun Lewis Hamilton. And where's George Russell? He got kicked out from Q2. Alright. So there we go, P6, P4. Let's jump on into the Canadian Grand
Race
Prix.
day has arrived and the time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
Qualifying went well for McLaren, and they're set to start this race feeling quite comfortable. The work Red Bull did during qualifying was nothing short of spectacular. Now let's see if they can repeat that for today's race. The weather is very overcast here, and teams are staring at the sky watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
But don't forget, there's always excitement in Montreal, and the odds are that this will be another Grand Prix to remember.
All right, here we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. So we're expecting light rain. So let's see on our forecast. Rain is going to be coming in about lap 30 or so. So we want to go mediums. So we just want to kick it off on mediums, that's all. So we just want to go to compound, switch to mediums, so we don't get caught out. Let's see if the mediums can bring us to the rain. Yep, lap 30 is where those mediums are expected to fall off. Or we want to start on hards. Yeah, we don't want to start on hards. We'll start on mediums. We'll stick with the mediums for our start. So we'll just start on mediums, and we'll not put in any strategy in there, as we're going to be needing to switch into those intermediates. So let's go.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere,
Oh, I
as
forgot to
ever,
put my
is
drivers
electric.
on overtake mode.
And
Alright, we
there
can put
is
them on it
Lando Norris.
once the race
A
starts.
top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalize on it? And behind them, it's Ricciardo. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. And we're just moments away now. The drivers are ready and raring to go. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, so let's cut them up to overtaking real quick. Overtake.
Okay.
Lando Norris down there in P6, Ricciardo P7.
Overtake available if needed.
Pretty decent start from our guys. Could have been a little bit more aggressive on the start if we had the overtake button selected earlier. As you see, Lando Norris here trying to make a move on Bottas, as Bottas is getting defended from Max Verstappen. So Lando is all over him. Have the better line, and we picked up that position from Valtteri with Lando there. Great move
This is really
from
good.
Lando. And see if we can go down the inside of Verstappen as well. We got the better line. Lando is going for it. Lando is going for it, guys. He's going for it. He's going for it. Down the inside line. Oh man, Connor is a left-hander, and he was on the right side. If that was a right-hand Connor, he would have gotten that position. But he's going again, back at him, and he's going to go into a left, into a right. So let's see if we can squeeze him on the outside. Nope. So we're not squeezing him here. So we're going to have to cut back down or DRS now to neutral. Let's bring it down to neutral as well for Daniel Ricciardo. Really nice drive from both our drivers here. Especially from Lando there, trying to pick off Verstappen in that push. Alright, we see Ricciardo dropping here, so we're going to cut him back up to overtake. Remember, these mediums are going to be bringing us to that wet session where we're seeing 85% of rain way down at the end there. So the intermediates will be the tire to go to. And we see Ricciardo dropping out of DRS of Bottas here. So we want to keep that overtake on Ricciardo so he gets back within DRS. Don't want Bottas to be able to pull too far away. Come on, Ricciardo. Alright, so nice close down there from Lando, though he's now dropping out of DRS, so we'll have to cut him up to overtake, so he tries and go catch back up to Perez. It wasn't Verstappen, it was Perez all this time. And Perez seems to be pulling away.
And DRS is now enabled.
Alright, DRS now enabled. We're gonna cut down to normal with our drivers, and you see Lando Norris out of DRS here. Yellow flag in sector 1. What happened? Car locked up. What happened there? I don't even know. I don't know what happened. But we see Magnussen dropping all the way back
Sounds
there.
like a few cars have crashed.
Let's
We can
watch
take
that.
a look now.
You see Magnussen
Right,
dropping
watch
through
this.
the order.
There's Schumacher.
Is he slamming to the back of Magnussen? Yep, that's
And
exactly
there's the
what
hit.
happened.
And it's
Yep, so Mick Schumacher took out Magnussen.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Alright, so we see Bottas getting around Lando here. That's alright. For now, we're just gonna
gained for Alfa
stick with
Romeo.
him. So we have DRS, and he can lead the train. And let's see if Bottas can go and catch up to Perez. The tires are they on? Wow, softs. So all those cars on softs are probably going to be able to be doing a two-stop, because those softs are going to go off before it's time to go for wets. So this is going to be a very interesting race here. And here goes Lando Norris back in front of Bottas with the train.
Nice
So the
job.
train has basically formed now. So our drivers are going to be sticking through the train. Alright, so for the sake of the
McLaren
video,
gain a position.
what I'm going to do is add a little speed here. And we'll be back in about 2 laps.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Alright, so lap 5 we see Bottas passing Lando Norris and taking himself out of DRS. So we're going to go a bit aggressive on Norris tires here. And we're going to tell him to go, push with fuel as well. Because we want him to go catch up to get back within DRS on Bottas. As Ricardo tries to take him down,
You can use
he
overtake there if you need
he
it.
should be able to catch up to Bottas quickly here. Let's give him everything.
Stay close.
And Bottas should not get DRS. So we should gain on him. There we go, gaining on Bottas. We will not get DRS around here, but we're back within DRS on him. So we can cut back that down to standard
Just be careful with this
Standard.
tyre.
and neutral,
Yeah, confirm.
as we're right on Bottas
Big
again.
lifts. Yeah.
Alright, Ricardo all over the back of Lando, wanting to go by, but we're not going to be using team orders. If he wants to overtake, he'll have to overtake naturally, not by team orders. And we see Bottas again, kind of pulling away from Lando here. Let's go overtake a little,
Overtake button available.
so he can get a nice clean exit off these corners. Come on, Lando, get back up in there.
If you can, push. Okay, confirm.
There you go, get back in there. Cut back down, cut back down, cut back that down to neutral. And we're back within DRS of Bottas. So once we hit this corner and hit this straight, we should be getting DRS for both drivers. There goes that line. And our DRS should be activated right at this line. Right there, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we could close the gap down to Bottas with Lando and Ricardo here. Nice. So we close that gap down to Bottas. I don't know what happened. Like whenever you try to like speed up the game, I don't know. It's always your drivers are always a bit slower. Though Bottas is on the softer compound. So we'll give him back that position. Alright, let Ricardo go by. Lando.
Let's get back in the rhythm now.
Let Ricardo go by and see if he can do a better job. Come on, Daniel. Yeah, you gotta do it naturally, Danny. I'm not gonna help you at all. Naturally, you have to do it, Danny. I'm not gonna tell Lando to move out the way and let you through. Right, let me give you some overtake and give you a little bit of boost. See if you can dive down the inside on Lando here. Alright, here comes Danny Ricciardo on Lando Norris. Alright, there you go. Nice. Alright, so he closed the gap down on Bottas. We'll cut back down to neutral right about there. And we should have DRS down the straight. Beautiful. Let's add some more speed. Ricciardo getting around Bottas here. And Lando in behind. As Bottas tries down the inside again on Ricciardo, but Ricciardo has the better line. However, Bottas will be getting DRS around here, so I doubt that Ricciardo will be able to hold him up at all. And there goes Bottas back in front with DRS. And then we're going to retake DRS around here behind Valtteri. Oh, we did not. Oh, so the DRS around that portion is enabled from the top. Okay, I see. Alright, so Lando Norris all over Danny here. We have to push Norris again to get back within that DRS zone. Oh no, it's not Norris, it's Ricciardo that we should be pushing, my bad. Ricciardo, go aggressive on your tires, bro. And push. And close down that gap to Bottas and go overtake. Lando with DRS, Ricciardo is flying.
Try and push up. Understood.
Let's see if we can close down that gap to Bottas before we hit this big corner where we'll get at DRS. Come on, Danny. Almost at the line. Yep, we're not in it. Not in it at all, so we're not going to get DRS here for Danny Ricciardo. Cut that down to neutral. Save back some of that DRS. We're within it down here, but we're not within it before the detection line. So we didn't get it there. And we will not get it around here either. And Lando Norris with DRS has gotten the position off Ricciardo, so we'll cut him back down.
Okay, keep looking after the tire.
Cut him back down as Lando is now within DRS of Bottas. Alright. So we're looking good. Rain at lap 35. So the rain has extended out a bit to about lap 35. And we should see those softs. Everybody on those softs should be going to pit before that. And then once we go for those inters, we should be able to go to finish. Let me take a quick look real quick. There we go, inters. Even if we go from here, we should be able to go to finish. You can see on aggressive, bring it up to about lap 35. Yep, so we're good to go on aggressive to the finish on these inters when we get them. Alright, so for now we're just going to stick with the train and let our drivers hold their positions. We'll add some more speed.
Light rain on the radar.
Alright, so we're here at lap 17 and our engineers just told us light rain on the radar. Now let's take a quick look at our tires. 68 and 69%, looking good. Those softs are holding up really good. That's all I can say. Those softs really doing a good job and holding up really good as Valtteri now passes Lando Norris with those softs. Come on, Lando, give up the position. Oh man, Lando, no. Bottas is going to get DRS on him here.
Yeah, that was a good job.
No, that's not a good job. Oh, we got DRS. That was strange how we got DRS. Both our drivers got DRS and Bottas did not. So we should pick up Bottas here with Ricciardo as well. Nice. That's nice.
Good job.
Let's see if Hamilton picks up Valtteri as well. No, he did not. We see Alonso going into pit. Wonder what kind of tires is Alonso on going into pit so early. But I think he was on the softs. Strongly believe Alonso was on the softs. I strongly believe so. Alright, let's see if we could close Alright, DRS is around here, so we're not going to be able to close down that gap with Ricardo. Because what I was about to do was trying to push Ricardo to close that gap to Bottas, so he does not get DRS on us, and Lando Norris would give Ricardo DRS, so he'll pull along to Norris, and then both our drivers could pull away to their self, but that didn't happen. So we'll keep going. Right, let's add some more speed and we'll be back about lap 25. Alright, lap 19, we see a few more cars going to pit. See Alonso coming back there to hard tires. We see Tsunoda and Vettel in the pits. Wondering what they're going to come back to. Hard tires, I guess. So these softs are starting to drop off. I mean, they're holding really good, the softs. They're holding pretty good. But they're going to be starting to drop off in a few. Alright, so Lando Norris is going to get overtaken again as he does not have DRS. So Ricardo got him, and then Bottas should get DRS right around here, and that should give us...
Yeah, take care, it is raining.
Alright, rain is coming. Alright, so it starts to rain already. Wow, early rain here. Early rain. We weren't expecting the rain this early, and Bottas picked up Norris, so early rain here. Now the question is it going to hit 1%? If it hits 1%, we're going to go to pit with one of our drivers here. Once he hit that 1%, we're going to pit with one of our drivers. Right, there goes that 1%.
Slightly more rain around the circuit, only light rain.
So we're going to go to pit.
Okay, understood.
So let's say box. And we want some fresh intas for Ricardo.
Okay, we'll box this lap,
And we're gonna also box Lando and
okay.
stock.
Box confirmed.
Alright, we're gonna stock Lando as well. As the rain is picking up.
And we're boxed now, stopping in front of
Way before expected here on our forecast. So we're stocking both drivers. As you can see, everybody's going to pit. Nobody's passing that pit lane. Everybody who's in front of us are going to pit, except for Perez. Alright, Perez did not stock.
Leclerc has pitted.
Yeah, we're gonna stock.
Okay, understood.
I couldn't care less. We're stocking. We'll make it back up when we get on these intermediates. Nice stop. There's Lando, and there is Ricardo Norris. Alright, so we didn't lose too much while we stock. Just to those who are on the outside flying by us. That's all we lost really. And we're gonna cut up to aggressive on these tires right away. Aggressive okay, gotcha. Right away.
If you can push.
Verstappen spun.
Now here we
Let's take a quick look. Oh, nasty spin there. That was on softs. Was that on softs?
Alonso pitted as well.
I think Verstappen is on intermediate. Wait, when did so much cars pass us? George Russell and Russell pitted early for intermediates. As you can see, his tires are at 51%. Oh, they pitted early. We see Ricardo still holding P7 and Lando Norris now picking up, making his way through there.
Okay, Lando, nice job.
Alright, so he's behind Hamilton and Bottas, so he lost positions to Hamilton and Bottas.
McLaren gain a position.
What happened to Danny Ricciardo there?
Yep, this is my pace.
What happened? Why you lost that position?
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
What happened to Danny? Why he lost that position? Let me see the tires. Temperatures are cool. I don't know. Perez, Joe, and Russell now in the pit. Alright, so here we come back into the train that we were in before. Don't think there's any DRS. Don't think there's any DRS. And these tires are good to go to the end at this speed. So P6, P8 currently trailing behind Valtteri Bottas. We have Leclerc up the road. How far up the road is Leclerc though? He's not so far. Tires are getting a little hot, says our drivers, so we're gonna cut them down a little to standard. Alright, Leclerc 23 seconds up the road. Who are these? Back markers? Why so much traffic? Are these back markers?
Just be careful with this tyre.
Confirm.
Down the inside. Oh, it's Leclerc. He's holding us up. Leclerc is holding it up for everybody. How comes we're not overtaking Leclerc?
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Let's say overtake.
Use overtake.
Yeah, use overtake.
Roger.
Leclerc held up Perez there. Get around. Get around, Lando.
Yep. Okay, well done.
Cut back down. Leclerc now in the pits. Lando didn't get
McLaren have got
around.
some momentum going.
Alright, so Ricardo now up to Perez. Because I was like, wait, what's going on? How comes our drivers are slowing up that bad? Alright, Leclerc now in the pits. He's coming out way in the back there. So Carlos Sainz lead from Max Verstappen to Bottas, then Russell, Perez, Hamilton, and then Norris. And we have the fresher intermediate as well. So that's good news for us. Alright, so what we'll have to do now is to push our drivers to use these tires and make up some time. So we're going to cut those pace up to aggressive.
Push. Okay.
Go a bit aggressive on the pace. Nice attempt from Lando Norris. And let's see if we can pick up that pace and go catch up to Bottas, who's down the road. No DRS here as it's wet. Let me see something on strategy here. Let me see. Alright, let me see if we go there. Alright, so if we go aggressive, we're going to burn the tires down too much as we pitted way too early. So we want to get them back to standard. Alright, so what we'll do is save some fuel, and later down we'll do some pushing on the fuel. For now, we'll just keep them going at this pace. Hopefully they're good enough to hold their position as there is no DRS. So they should be good enough to defend their current positions as they're on the fresher tires. Let's add some speed. Alright guys, so here we are, lap 30s where we're currently at. Still in the same positions. We haven't lost or gained any position as our drivers continue to drive and hold down their position. Currently we're basically holding back from pushing with this fuel until about 20 laps remaining. Then we're going to cut it up to push, so our drivers can be a little bit faster around the track. Alright, so we see Sergio Perez trying to get around Danny Ricciardo here, but Ricciardo has been holding in really strong for the last few laps. So as long as nobody makes a mistake, we should be good in our position for the finish. Alright, so let's add some more speed and we'll come back about lap 35. We still see our drivers in their same positions. We see rain going to the end of the race, so we're not expecting to see any changes in our positions as long as nobody makes a mistake. Alright, so hopefully somebody makes a mistake but not one of our drivers and we get to pick up the position, hopefully. But other than that, I doubt we're going to be able to catch Valtteri Bottas as he's long gone. And we're basically almost halfway through the race from here. Alright, so let's add some more speed and keep going. Let's take a quick look at the tires. Alright, so 87% for us, 84 for the rest. And we're just going to keep going and see if we can favor a little on the tires as we go along as well. Alright, so let's add back some more speed and keep going. Come on, Ricardo, don't lose out. Don't make any mistakes. There you go. Nice driving. Let's speed it back up. Alright, here we go. Yellow flag, lap 37.
Currently yellow flags.
Perez
Let's
overtook
take a closer
Ricardo.
look.
Let's take a look at
So
that.
let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
Down the inside on Ricardo. Ricardo left him too much room and he took advantage of that. And now he's
Goodness
going to
me.
be
There
pulling
they go.
away as
Moving
he has
ahead
the
of the other
faster
driver.
car. But yellow flag, let's see
And the
what
team
the
had
accident
such
was.
high hopes today.
Let's see what was the accident is what I want to
We've
see.
had a crash. Let's have a
Vettel
look.
crash. Let's
have
take
a
a look.
here. This was the Aston Martin. Thank goodness nobody else was involved.
Nasty crash there from Sebastian Vettel. Alright, so Ricardo now behind Perez. Alright, so I'm going to use this fuel now to push and see if my drivers can pick up some positions with this extra fuel. So let's push. And we're going to add back some speed. We'll be back about lap 40. Alright guys, here we are, lap 40. Daniel Ricciardo aggressively pushing to catch up to Perez. Perez pulling away. He has the faster car. Lando Norris all over the back of Lewis Hamilton trying to take that position. But Perez is basically pulling away from Ricciardo, disappearing up the road. And this car is completely faster than ours. So I wasn't expecting Ricciardo to be able to follow him too well. But it is what it is. We keep going and hold our position. Let's see the tires. Currently we're at 80%. So we've burned down our tires because we're on aggressive. So we got to cut it back down to standard. That little tire lead that we had, about a few percent, has dropped off.
Keep looking after the tyre.
So we'll have to cut those tire paces down. We could keep pushing with the fuel, but the pace of the tire had to come down. And Perez is now going to just disappear up the road as we speed it up to about lap 45.
We're just watching.
Alright guys, so we see Perez getting a lockup here. Ooh, off the track. Oh man, he didn't stop, but Ricardo picked up the position. He's lucky. He's lucky he didn't stop. He's lucky he didn't stop there, because we would have picked up with both drivers if he had stopped. So we're going to continue to push. 5 after that lockup from Perez, we see Ricardo getting back in front. Lando Norris on the others did not get to take advantage of the lockup from Perez because Perez did not stop. Alright, so he locked up and continued and didn't stop. So we didn't get to take advantage of that. Alright. Alright, so there goes Bottas is now 6 seconds up the road as we continue to push. Let's take a quick look at the tires. So 76. Yep, so our tires are now in line with the rest of the pack. So we'll just continue to push with the fuel until we are about at lap 50, then we'll be right back. Alright guys, here we are, lap 50, about to start lap 51. And we still see Ricardo holding off Perez. And we still see Lando Norris right behind Lewis Hamilton here, trying to stick with him, using up that extra fuel to push. Alright, so for Ricardo, we'll probably have to drop that fuel, that push, about here, as we have 20 laps to go. And we just want it to catch up a little bit. We just wanted to catch up a little bit and then we'll kick it back up to push. And hopefully he could still hold off Perez while he saves a little bit of fuel. Alright, so we're going to add back some speed and we'll go back about lap 55. Tire digs are looking good. Alright guys, lap 55, and we still see Lando Norris behind Lewis Hamilton, and we still see Daniel Ricciardo holding strong in the front. We're now going to push him back up to push to go to the end, as it's 15 laps to go, so that should be able to bring him to the finish while he push that fuel. So we're going to say push, and let's test our tires. Let's go update. Alright, so from there to the end, we're not going to make it at all. Let me see from can't change that. We're not going to make it on aggressive, so we'll have to stick to regular driving and manage these tires to the end. From there, hopefully our drivers can push and hold their position. I can't even get a minute to do a little bit of harvesting to my ERS, so I could probably use the ERS to pull away there. You see Lando Norris getting a little stuck on a back marker there, leaving Lewis Hamilton to pull away and for Norris to kind of drop back a bit there of that back marker. And so we have no back marker in front of us now. So we should be good to hold our position, P7 and P4. Alright, so we're going to add some speed. Let's come back at lap 60. Guys, lap 60, we have 10 laps to go. 60% of tires. We'll probably have to cut back down on the fuel from here because we don't want to run out. And we're just a little bit up. Not by a lot, just by a little bit, so we're going to kind of cut back on it from there. Let's take a quick look at our tires. 60 for us, 60 for Norris, 58, 59, 61 for Bottas. He's just chilling. Hamilton 61 as well. Alright. Perez is on 659 as we continue to hold our position with our drivers. So we're going to speed it up to about 5 laps to go. And then we'll cut our drivers up a little aggressive from there, or just monitor them from there. Alright, here we go, lap 65. Nothing has changed. We're still in our very same position with 5 laps to go. And we're gonna just continue to go. We're not gonna push our tires or do anything different. We're just gonna keep going until the last 2 laps. And then we'll watch the last 2 laps together. Alright, so let's speed it back up to the last 2 laps and then we'll watch those. Alright guys, lap 69, so 1 lap after this one. And we still see our drivers P4, P7. Ricciardo holding off Perez beautifully here, not giving him any opportunity to pass. And from here we're going to say push on fuel with both our drivers. We have a little extra, so we're gonna push for the final 2 laps. Look at the tire degs. Alright, so nice and equal. Once we hit that final lap, this is the car that Perez overtook us at first. Not today. Says Daniel Ricciardo as Perez now pulls behind us as we push to go into our final lap. Alright, here we go for our final lap. Wait, isn't this the final lap?
Okay, mate, 2 laps to go.
Oh, 2 laps to go. But isn't this supposed to be the last lap? Yeah, it's the last lap. I don't know why they're saying 2 laps to go. It's the last lap. Alright, so we just keep our drivers going. Nothing changes. Lando Norris behind Hamilton. Oh, we're getting lapped. We're getting lapped, guys. That's Carlos Sainz right there. There he is. So he lapped Lando Norris. There's Hamilton just up the road from him there. And there is Danny Ricciardo with Perez. Oh, so that's why it says 2 laps to go, because we got lapped. So Norris is going to be finished because Sainz is in front of him. But Ricciardo will be going around for another lap. Let's see. Here comes Danny Ricciardo. And he's going to go around for another lap. And checker flag.
This is the last lap.
Yep. And checker flag for Lando Norris. P7 Lando. Checker flag for him. But this is the final lap for Hamilton, Perez, Bottas, and let's watch that finish.
It's a win for Sainz.
Carlos Sainz got the win. Nice win there from Sainz. Alright, so we can now just cut up to a bit aggressive for our final lap, and we will tell Ricciardo to go a bit on overtake for his final push, so he holds that position, not giving Sergio Perez an opportunity to squeeze by at any minute. So we want to make sure we are right on the money to go to the finish with Daniel. Right, final straight, like you say, aggressive.
Let's have maximum pace this lap.
And deploy.
Yeah.
And Ricciardo now pulls away from
Use
Perez
the overtake button.
to go on Lando Norris on his way into the pits. Alright, so there we go. Nice race. This one wasn't really an exciting race. This one is just like, you know, you have your position and you basically keep them to the finish, you know what I mean?
Well done, everyone.
Yeah, so there wasn't really a lot to do in this one, but great race from our team. We managed to get into the top 10, 4-7 for our finish.
This was some
Awesome
work
race.
from Daniel Ricciardo. A fantastic result for McLaren there.
Yeah, this was a really clever bit of strategy, and it's great to see that pay off. I can't wait to find out what they show us next time.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in 3rd place in the constructor standings.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle.
Alright, British Grand Prix coming up next. And we should have our upgrade for the British Grand Prix. So there we go, both our drivers did well here. Constructors, we managed to hold our position in front of Mercedes, really nice. Use code word continue down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys who watch the full videos for all your support. And that's basically going to be it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Well, good guys. Bye.